views and opinions expressed on this program are those of Jon Marietta and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Fayette County Recorder of Deeds Office or Fayette County government. This program is privately produced and funded, and no county resources are used for its production or promotion.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was trucking up the highway, minding my own lane, with some dude in a Prius went and flipped me off. Guess my redneck hit him wrong. Seems like everyone these days is a ticking time bomb full of hate for folks like me who don't agree and ain't ever gonna change. And it gets me thinking, leave this long-haired country boy alone.
Hey everybody, this is Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly, and today's show is being brought to you by Miles' Garage and Tire Center, PatriotsOnline.com, Mung's Auto Body, Fayette County Recovery Storage and U-Haul, Premier Auto Glass, Country Motor Sales, Gunslingers in Connersville, JB Market, Tactical Civics, Auto Ordnance, Solid Foundation Ministries, Highline Motorsports, Gun Owners of America, Hillbilly Jon Radio, Jon Marietta for We the People, Powerline Speedway, Thundering Hills Feed and Supply, The Ink Spot, Fayette County Mega Patriots Group, and one last one is Fayette Structures. I tell you what, we got through all this election, and let's go. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. That's 1 Corinthians 15:57. Folks, I'll tell you what, it's a Trump-tastic day in Fayette County. What a night. What a victory. And let's be clear, this wasn't a win for me. This was a win for we the people. Because we the people just did what the establishment said couldn't be done. We overcame the uniparty. We overcame the corrupt elitist. We overcame every smear, every lie, and every attack. And we stood tall for truth, faith, and freedom. They couldn't stop us in the primary. They couldn't stop us in the general. You, the people of Fayette County, showed the political class that your voice is unstoppable. That when real Americans come together, no machine, no backroom deal, and no smear campaign can silence us. And now, we welcome every conservative, every reformer, every patriot who loves this county and this country, no matter who you voted for before. Because this movement isn't about one man, it's about a mission to restore integrity, protect property rights, defend taxpayers, and put we the people back in charge of their government. And I'll tell you something else personal. When I heard I won, yeah, I did thank the Almighty God. I thanked Him for this county, for the trust you've placed in me, and for the strength He's given all of us to keep this fighting for what's right. And this victory, this one right here, I want to dedicate it to Charlie Kirk for his courage, for his faith, for the movement he built, and for the millions of believers across this country who will never bow to evil and never stop fighting for truth. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Fayette County. Absolutely thank you, Fayette County. Thank you for believing. Thank you for standing up when it counted. We are just getting started. The reformers are rising. The people are awake. And the best days of Fayette County are still ahead. God bless all of you. And God bless the United States of America. I tell you what, we were busy, and I there's so many people to thank. I do want to thank all the people that was out at the polls. I want to thank the Mary Grace Butella. She stepped up and helped me out in Dunbar Township, and I believe Missy Schaefer was out there handing out my cards, and there was two other girls handing out my cards on the other Dunbar Township precinct. I want to thank all the people from the mountain that came together and voted for me. I want to thank all the people from Bullskin Township and all over the county that voted for me. I don't know how to say it. I had people. I had Cecilia Driscoll out at Bullskin. I had everybody everywhere, and I had the mega girl herself in Washington Township. Yes, passing out
It was a great day.
for me.
It really was.
I had people from all over the state that helped me with this, and I want to thank them so much for everything they've done. We couldn't have done this without them. There's no way we could have done this without all these people. I went against the establishment there's no doubt about it. I went against both parties, really, the establishment, both parties, and I really want to thank them for all that.
You know, what happened Tuesday, John, wasn't just an election. It was a reckoning, and the people of Fayette County pushed back on that uniparty and the courthouse clique and all the mud that they tried to sling at you. But the voters stood up on Tuesday and said, we want integrity, transparency, and someone who works for all of us. And you delivered results, John, not rumors. You stayed steady while they threw everything at you, and the people rewarded you with that. This win belongs to the working families, all of us in this county who are tired of politics as usual here in Fayette County, and we're ready for real leadership. And that showed on Tuesday. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I mean, this wasn't a fight for me. This was a fight for we the people. There's no doubt about it. And
talking to the people, I know you were there talking to the voters. That's the most important part I get out of standing there at the polls all day and greeting voters, because, you know, you got to listen to them. And they're concerned. They're concerned about the election. You know, we had those election issues early on in the morning. And, you know, they're all worried about it. They're not trusting elections anymore. You add all that in there, and they're tired of it. So, you know, it was a great day for Fayette County.
And, you know,
and Patriots.
I'm sure the attacks aren't over. I'm sure they're going to try it. I'm sure they're going to try to do everything they possibly can. And
mud doesn't stick to a clean record, John.
and that's kind of where they're at. They've tried everything. And I'm sure they're going to try something else before this is over with. I really don't care. I know that every weapon formed against me, Isaiah says. And so that's where I'm at. So we're going to keep going on. We're going to keep moving forward with what we got to do. We're looking at a lot of different things. I know that this is where we're at.
Well, they're threatened, John, by reformers like yourself who actually serve the public instead of the political class. And you've been cutting costs, you've been improving transparency, modernizing the systems, and that scares the heck out of the old guard who just sat around and did nothing here in Fayette County. And we're, you know, being taxed now. They're taking out taking out another loan. The county commissioners are?
The commissioners are taking out a loan for $5.5 million. They're calling it a bridge loan, but it just well, they're going to try to. I don't think they've got the approval of it yet. I don't know how that's going to work out. You know, the county's $81 million in debt, and we got the people, the elitists, that think that's the way it should be. I mean, they don't say nothing about it. These people, and it's been against this is a curse on the working people in this county. It's a curse on the people that pay taxes and own property. That's where we're at with all this. I think that they have to. I think we need to move forward. I think we need to figure out what we got to do. We need to eliminate all the properties. We need to eliminate a lot of the property that the county owns. We need to sell it off and put it back on the tax roll somehow, and that would help things out. I do know that this is where we're at. So I know every time I drive through Fayette City, and you drive through these places, you think about how can we uplift these people. Brownsville is a perfect example. How can we do something to help Brownsville out? And one of the things that we could do in Brownsville is we could figure out how to get some housing down there, so we could get some more workers down there to work at the Heartland. I know that has to happen. That has to happen. And so,
and bring in private investment and small businesses into the town.
Doing government grants is all that's doing is putting off the problem. You can use a government grant to help out a business to get it started, but it's still taxpayer money, and it has to come from somewhere. There isn't a government grant tree in the back of the White House, and I will tell you that I'm really, really proud of what President Trump's done so far this year. he's able to generate all this money with these tariffs, and I'm really, really happy about that.
He sure is. He's working hard. Latest I'm hearing today is about the filibuster. How are we going to get out of this? What they voted 14 times, the Democrats did, and to not pass. The budget. We can't move the government, can't open the government. It's not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats are with this one, and we hope we can.
And I think the other thing too, Melanie, you'll see that what's happening with the registration, especially here in Fayette County, the working people realize that the Democrat Party has left them. Mm-hmm. And they're moving forward. And I mean, we still got people that we still got our state representatives to the state GOP. They're it doesn't even they did absolutely nothing for anybody in this election. They did absolutely nothing for anybody in this election. And it was all the other people that got out there, and we made it was a we the people movement. There's no doubt about it. When the state GOP turns its back on we the people, you got to think about it. You really got to think about it. I mean, we need reform at the state level without a doubt, and we're going to get that changed in here next year in the next election. There's no doubt about it. We already got several people that want to run for state committee, and we're going to do our best to get them put in place. It's time. It's time we get people that'll do something for the party instead of doing something just for their own. And
show them how to win.
Yeah.
They forgot how to win. Donald Trump showed them how to win in 2016, and they don't like that. They want to hold on to their power and their control. They don't care about the state. They don't care about the county. They don't care about the people. All they want to hold on to is their power, and that's quite evident in this past election across the state of Pennsylvania. But we Patriots in Fayette County came through and voted to reelect you, and the rest of the Republicans, I think, in Fayette County were all reelected. Which was good.
We knew where the numbers were. We had it. We pretty much had it figured out to what we needed to do, and we knew that it was going to be a tough battle in South Union and Uniontown City, but we kept moving forward, and we knew that it was going to take all the rest of the outlying townships to put this over.
And we know, let's be honest, John, that God did have his hand in this. He was all over this race from the start to the finish, John, way back in the primary. When you run with integrity and you treat people right and you stay humble in the storm, he honors that. And, John, you stayed steady the entire time. It was amazing. Kind of just like Donald Trump. Though you weren't arrested, though you weren't...
Not yet.
Weren't...
They didn't get around to that.
They didn't come to your house and go through Patty's underwear drawer to look for whatever they were looking for. They didn't raid your home there. But you did have everything, it was just ridiculous. But we had a good concert, too. The Lee Greenwood concert. By the way, Lee Greenwood likes my little heart. He liked my little pin that I had on. He'll probably get one for his wife maybe someday. It's kind of cute. We love this country. And speaking of Lee Greenwood and veterans, that's coming up this weekend. With a lot of parades tomorrow in my neck of the woods in Mon Valley in Washington County. There's a parade in Stockdale. Veterans Parade starts at noon tomorrow. How about Uniontown? Are they doing anything?
Uniontown's Tuesday. I believe the lineup is 9 a.m. and I think the parade starts at 11. I usually don't do the Veterans Day Parade. I'll be there. I'll attend, but I believe the Veterans Day Parade should be for veterans, and I think that's who we should celebrate about. I don't think it should be political at all, and I don't think anybody that's in office or running for office should be involved in the Veterans Day Parade. I
that's
think
right.
These are the people that gave everything they could, and some of them, and there was lots of them, of course, gave everything. They gave their lives to keep this country where it's at.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. Speaking of Veterans Day, my little Good Old Days house is having a special event on Tuesday, Veterans Day. We've been having this this is the 15th year, John, but it's kind of interesting how this started. Maybe about 15 years ago, I was reading an article that it said the most requested item in homeless shelters and veterans hospitals across the country were socks, new socks. So my Good Old Days house was the home of my grandparents and where my dad and 4 of his brothers lived, who all fought in World War II. So I came up with the idea, since people kind of wanted to see my time machine house, to have a Soccer to a Vet Day and have it as a way for people to come in and see my vacation house rental, which is truly unique. It's a step back in time to 1965. And so we had it that first year. We called Soccer to a Vet Day, and I have refreshments. It's kind of like an open house. And that first day, it's on November 11th, always on 11/11, I collected 1,111 pairs of socks. What do you think about that? That's 11/11. That's how many socks I collected on that first day. And I look at it as a special God wink, saying to continue that, Melanie. That was a great day. 11/11 is when the armistice was signed, ending World War I, on the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour. Am I correct on that? Mm-hmm. And so we've taken it upon ourselves each year that we take a moment and we stop each year to honor our veterans at the Good Old Days House with people volunteering and donating. We've never had over 1,000 pairs of socks since that first day, but through the years we've given thousands and thousands of new pairs of socks to the Veterans Hospital. I take it to Oakland, I take it to Washington, to the Patriot Center, wherever the need is. I will make phone calls depending on how many pairs of socks are donated, and we'll decide where to deliver them. So I hope everyone will stop in for a visit, honoring our local heroes at the Good Old Days House. It's in North Bell Vernon. And you can show a little love and gratitude by donating a pair of new socks for men and women, which was one of the most requested items of need. And some cards and letters. Some little preschoolers and stuff always do little cards and letters to the heroes, and they always like that too. So let's remind our heroes how much they're appreciated through this simple little act of kindness. So if you want to bring cards or letters of support, they're also welcome, and they will be delivered also with your donations. Refreshments are going to be served. And so I just like to thank all of you for your generosity, and may God bless you, and always God bless our veterans.
Well,
it's coming up there.
We got another event that day too. Solo Foundation Ministries is going to have a luncheon for all the veterans and their wives. It's going to be free of charge for the anybody who wants to come. It's going to start at 1:00. I know we're having ham and turkey, and we're going to have pasta of some kind, and I believe salad. And I'm not sure about a vegetable yet. I haven't heard about that. But I do know that Patty will be making, because she's making stuffing, and she's going to make, she's making stuffing, and she's making the salad. So and it's going to be free of charge for anybody that's a veteran and their spouse. And so stop over. It's it's in West Lansing. There's a flyer going around, and I really appreciate everybody that's doing everything.
Yes, they do a lot for the community. They do at Solid Foundation.
Yeah, they do. They
really reach out to a lot of people, a lot of groups.
They donate to a couple of different food kitchens, and they do. They're always busy over there. These little churches, I tell you what, they do so much, and that's where we're at.
It's great. It's great. Got lots to be proud of in Fayette County.
I mean, I think the sock thing is that's pretty good. How many pairs of socks do you anticipate passing out this year?
We get generally between 600 or 700 pairs of socks that are donated, and it can be women or men. White socks, dress socks. It doesn't matter. Any kind of socks will be pretty cool. But I think since everyone's tired of politics and campaigning and stuff, it'll be fun to pop into my house, take a step back and away from politics, sit on the front porch, and just enjoy this little trip back in time, back to a time when people believed in God, and faith, family, and freedom is celebrated on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and you can do it back to those good old days that we all kind of fondly remember, and we hope we can return to those days.
The VFW post in Periopolis is they're having something Saturday night, I believe. Look it up. Look at the VFW post. I was invited down there. I'll be down there Saturday night, Saturday morning, of course. I'll be at Mill Run for the buckwheat and sausage dinner
again.
Yeah. It's hard to pass up. The firemen do such a good job up there, and I will tell you that we're working on getting all the signs down. We got almost all of them. I think the only place we have
yeah.
to do is we got to get some signs down in Quantasville and then Bullskin Township. And I think if it isn't raining too hard, we're probably going to try to get that done tonight. I can't say enough about the people that came out. I can't say enough. They really spoke, and I'm really thankful for everything that they've done for me, and that's where we're at.
Well, Jon, at the end of the day, the mud dries up and the truth stands tall. And Jon, you proved that Fayette County chose courage over politics and service over spin and faith over fear, and that's why the next 4 years are going to be the strongest yet as a recorder of deeds in Fayette County. And we hope we can maybe motivate more people to get involved into politics, to run for office, because we need some leadership. We need people who can stick to a budget. Small businessmen are great for this. If I didn't stick to a budget with my good old days house, my vacation house rentals, I would have been out of business a long time ago. You have to put a budget, stick to it, make cuts, use common sense in what we're doing here. It kind of reminds me of the old Christmas days where you took out a loan to buy Christmas presents and then you cringed after Christmas when the bills start coming in. And how are we going to pay for this? How are we going to pay for this? That's the same scenario we're seeing in Fayette County right now.
There was
spend it like crazy.
What was it? Was it the diners? What was the first the diners card or the? I can't think of the name of the credit card that I remember.
American Express?
No, it was something else. My aunt actually she was one of the first people to do that, and I can't remember it was a diner's card or something. But anyways, it was so you could buy meals and stuff, and with on credit, and you paid it every month. I think it probably worked like American Express, but I was trying to think what the name of that was. It just came to me when you were saying that about Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Christmas here in Fayette County for our county commissioners, it seems. This is what happens when career politicians run a county like it's a never-ending ATM machine. They borrow, they spend, they blame someone else. They're blaming the state now because we don't have a budget, and they expect us taxpayers to clean up the mess. Well, President Trump, since he's been in office, has been teaching us what real leadership looks like. He stands strong, he cuts waste, he protects the taxpayers, and he puts the people first, not government bureaucracy. In Fayette County, we need that same America First mindset. No more Band-Aid loans and no more dependency on Harrisburg. It's time to drain the swamp at every level, including in our own backyard here in Fayette County. That's my thoughts.
Well, one of the things that I really think about is that with this election, it got vile. It got vile because of some of the people that aren't afraid to step up and use their own names, and they it got really vile, and one with all the things that went on, and I do know that I wasn't the only one that was being attacked. There was other people being attacked, and you think about that ain't the way this is supposed to work, but.
Well, Jon, the loudest attacks didn't come from the Democrats. They actually came from the very people here in our own party who claimed to be on our side. But you know what? The voters, Fayette County, saw right through that. And they can smell political nonsense from a mile away, and Fayette County chose results over those rumors. So we're going to just continue to stand tall and keep moving forward and put a plan forward. You have a lot of ideas. You're moving forward with the county, with the Recorder of Deeds, some new things that are going to be happening.
And we have. I've been really, really lucky to be able to work with a couple senators from D.C. and they've been able to help me out with a couple different things. One of the things they've been able to they're looking at right now is how we could reduce the debt in Fayette County, and looks like it could be possible if we did some of the things that they're after, and. We'll get on to that after the holidays. We'll start working on some of that a little bit more. I do want to thank Thomas Massey and Rand Paul. I tell you what, they encouraged me about several different things, and I was able to keep going. I do want to thank Melanie that's sitting beside me, and her husband Bob. there was days when things got a little bit out of hand, and Melanie always had the right words to say to me. I want to thank John Lucas. He also was able to help me out, and Joe Kelly Joe don't say much, but when he says something, you need to pay attention to him. The other person is I want to thank Gino Gallo and all the Gallos. They came to my aid at the right time over a bunch of different things, and I really appreciate that.
Great team here.
And,
Patriots.
Tim Sines from the Connellsville Sons of Italy, and it just and Bob Yasko. I mean, we didn't. Bob Yasko's post that he put on Facebook, that wasn't planned at all. It just came up, and then I called him and I said, "Can I share this?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Aww.
So that it wasn't planned at all, and so that was some things that happened. And it always seemed like when there was something that got in the way or somebody that tried to attack me, it just seemed like somebody stepped in at the right time and I was able to take fix it, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, well, this win isn't the end of something, John. It's the beginning of 4 more years of accountability, transparency, and service to the people. And Fayette County's best days are still ahead. So we're looking forward to your leadership here, and maybe enticing more people to get involved. Step up, be a patriot. Go to the MAGA Conservatives of Pennsylvania website, sign up, and because the fight isn't over.
No,
the fight isn't over.
We're
the people still.
We're gonna stay in this, and we're gonna keep continuing the transparency as much as we can with the courthouse and what things happen. The website we got put up is gonna be a big benefit to everybody in the county in the near future. And
What is that? What's that?
Well, it's the Recorder of Deeds website, and you'll be able to go on there, and you'll be able to go right into the property transfers. You'll be able to see all of them. You'll be able to see you'll be able to go in and be able to migrate right into the properties that you might want to look up to buy or sell or whatever you want to look up a property for. Also, it's going to help out with a lot of these guys that need a deed at the last minute. They're going to be able to see these things, and I have everything digitized from 1950 back to Book A, and that's 1847, I believe.
Wow.
And that's one of the things that we got digitized, and it's going to be going up. And it takes time because Fayette County is very old. Actually, we were part of Westmoreland County for a lot of years before we became Fayette County. And I really want to thank everyone. I really do. I'm not going to be on the radio next week. I'm going to take a week off and try to recoup. I don't know if I'm going to be on the following week yet or not. I haven't decided. I got to get some things done at the house in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get some things done. Winter's going to be here. I guess we're supposed to get some snow maybe Monday night, huh, Nick? Yep.
A little bit.
Yep. And it's.
I just closed my pool this week.
It isn't quite Thanksgiving.
I was hanging out for some warm weather.
I know my daughter turned the temperature up in the hot tub. So, and she says you haven't taken time to be in it at all this year. So, I guess I'll get to sit in it when it's snowing.
That's pretty cool.
And I really want to thank everybody. I can't say enough. There's so many good people, and I know I'm going to miss. I know I'm going to miss some people, but and I apologize for that ahead of time. The people at the Solid Foundation Ministries, Melanie Llewellyn, I can't say enough. And
you know what a lot of people said too that voted on Tuesday, that they liked the Charlie Kirk Memorial that we had in Fayette County down there at Fairchance.
And you know what?
Thank that fire company for that.
Daryl Smith and the Fairchance Volunteer Fire Company.
We thought that was pretty.
It was.
Came out to vote.
It was, and it was pretty nice. It was a nice day. So, anyways,
we're good.
I want to one last time. I want to thank everybody, and Nick's pointing to me. So let's close it up. On this road called life, you have to take the good with the bad. Smile when you're sad. Love what you got, and remember what you had. Always forgive and try to forget. People change. Things go wrong, but just remember, the ride goes on. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America. I am Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the U.S.